Good evening and welcome to our Facebook Live for this evening. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in Brackley in the UK. So thank you for joining me this evening. I've had fun all week using our latest paper pumpkin kit called Bouquet of Hope, and it's a great kit. It's just £20 and it's available while stocks last, and all week I've been making different projects with it. Hi Kay and hi Jeanette. So I've got lots of bits left over, even from what I've already made. So I thought I'd make a card and an easy to create gift bag from some of the remaining components. Sorry, I'm trying to get my chair tucked up underneath my desk. So the cards that we've made so far are these ones here. I'm only going to flip through them very quickly. Hi Katie. So I just used the stamp on this one here, and there is a little stamp set that goes with it that has some sentiments and obviously this lovely bouquet, and hence the title of the kit, Bouquet of Hope. Hi Brenda. So I stamped this one on a piece of our ornate layers die cut, but I've used the base card that comes with the kit, added some of our new gems on there. This is one of the original designs with the gold laser die cut, as is this one here with the layer of vellum, the flowers and the thinking of you. So all of those components are included in the kit. The thinking of you is on quite thick card and it is self-adhesive, so you don't have to worry about getting tiny bits of glue all over your card. And this one here was another of the 3 suggested card designs. So this kit will make 9 cards, or 9 projects I should say, because I'm going to turn one of the cards into a gift box. Hi lovely Lynn, thanks for joining us. This was one where I took that gold laser cut piece, I've got one here somewhere hiding. I turned it over onto the white side. Oh, here it is. And so I've turned it over onto the white side and applied a little bit of colour with a blending brush. Oh, thank you Lynn. I have moved my microphone over. Thank you so much. If people were struggling to hear me, I'd moved my microphone over because I was chatting online earlier. So hopefully that is clearer for everybody. Thank you Lynn for letting me know. Otherwise I can see everybody trying to adjust their sets. So that's that one there, and obviously I decorated the envelopes as well on the back, or some of them on the back. This one I have added an extra panel, or 2 panels, but I've used the stamp to go all the way around the edge, and that one has got thank you Lynn, that one's got stamping on the inside. And then this one here I created yesterday, and I cut this front panel off at the centre and then applied, oh sorry, I put some blue tack on it so that I could photograph it without it popping open. So what I did was I took a piece of Rococo Rose card and attached it on the inside, so you get this twofold effect on the front. It also means that you have these 2 panels cut off that you can use on a different card, and I've stamped in Rococo Rose top and bottom. Hi Carol. and obviously then you could add a sentiment in there as well. So those are the designs that I've made so far, and all of these are featured on my videos this week, so you're welcome to go back and have a look at any of those. As I say, the kit is £20, so it's really good value. So I've got all of these components plus more left over, and so we've got some die cut flowers, we've got these yellow dotty panels. Let's take this one out of the way, and this little flower here, and we've got these ones here that I haven't used yet. I've got a gold panel remaining, which you could turn over and use on the reverse or colour, as I said. I've got 2 of these sheets remaining, so there are 3 in English and then 3 sentiments in French and 3 in German. So you can use these obviously if you have French or German family or friends, or if you know somebody. I've got this one ready because I might use it this evening, and all I've done is sort of peeled back the backing, so I've just left most of the wording on here to make it easier, and you don't have to watch me peeling the backing off. Now I've got 2 of these vellum pieces, and what I've done on one, because I thought this would make a really nice frame, was actually die cut this centerpiece of vellum out. I've got it here because I also then put this vellum piece through an embossing folder to give it a bit of texture, so that you could use this frame just on its own on the card. So I might do one with that, and then either featuring this large bouquet on there. Okay, now I have put this front piece of card through an embossing folder, otherwise I would have potentially stamped onto it. I put it through our subtle embossing folder, which is actually retiring, and it gives, as you can see, if I just turn this over, not sure whether you can see enough of that detail, but it gives a very subtle effect. So I can add this on here. I could also turn it that way and add Thinking of You across the middle. So that's one set of options. So I've still got this piece of vellum left that I can use for another project, and I've still got this left. And then I'm actually going to use this piece to make a gift box. Oh, that's lots of love. Thank you, ladies. A really easy gift box from a card. I know that sounds slightly bizarre, but you can. So let's start with the card first. I've got lots of different ideas, so it's difficult to know which to do first. But what I wanted to introduce you to is a product coming out with our new catalogue next week, called the Basic Borders Dies, and they do exactly what you would expect them to do. They create a series of stunning borders. So some of them are stitched, in fact they're all stitched in some way, and you can use these on the back of envelopes, you can use these on the edges of cards. So I picked up this one here, and somewhere I cut out a piece of card so you can see what it looks like. So it cuts out this really pretty design, and it adds this little dotting. They're so sweet. So what I had in mind was to run this along the edge of my card, like so, and actually then use the piece that gets cut off to stick down onto the card behind it. So when it's closed, it looks like it's complete, but when you open it, it'll have this zigzag along here. So, and I did think also you could use a different colour of card to put behind the layer. So let's just give this a go. Now I'm not going to make this border too big. I haven't actually decided what I'm going to put on it. Probably these flowers here. So I want the border to be quite narrow. So if I just position that there, for example, pink base, vellum prime. Oh yes, I'm going to change it now, Lynn. So what I want to do, because I can do one, I can just grab another pink base and create that. So what I'm going to do is actually run this through with the die to get this pretty edge. So that's the die here, and I'm just going to attach it. I'm going to open this up so it doesn't cut right the way through my card, obviously. And it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to roughly line it up. As I say, I don't want to cut too much off, otherwise my bouquet won't fit. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my magic tape. And stick this down. So this magic removable tape allows you to put it through the die cutting machine and it doesn't stick to your card. Sometimes masking tape or washi tape can stick down. So I'm hoping that's roughly lined up. I'm just going to run it through my machine. Bear with me 1 second. Now it's going to make a bit of a clunk as it's going through fairly straight. I am tilting it a little bit. Oops, Daisy. Okay. So this has cut this really pretty decorative border out, so I'm just going to peel this off here and here like so. So now I've got that really pretty border. Okay, so what I can do is, this is what I have in mind. I have no idea if this will work, by the way, ladies and gents. So, is sticking that onto here so that this will close in place. Okay, and then when you open it up, you get that really pretty edge. Now, one thing I might do, if it works, is actually layer one of these over the edge like that so that you can see it. I'm not sure about that. So because I know that this came from that finished card, I can just literally put some glue on the back and place it down on there. Now I have put this piece through an embossing folder, which is why it's not sitting quite as flat as it would. So what I'm going to do is add some glue to the back of that, and then I'll get that effect. So I think what I'm going to do is actually stick this down to my base like so, because I want to put this on and have it lined up with the base card. Lynn likes that. Good, thank you, Lynn, especially now I've just changed your original plan. right, now my glue's in the other room because I've been crafting in there. Let me see if there's any in this one at the ready. This one's sat for a long time. Let me grab a new glue. That's the best thing. Just open a new one up. So I always keep glues in stock at home, which is something we're allowed to do through Stampin' Up. Kits and glues. So if ever you're running short, I can pop them in the post, or if you're local, I can deliver them to you. So that's all of our adhesives. So that's glue, dimensionals, adhesive sheets, etc. Okay, so I've stuck that down. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more just on these edges, just because I want them to line up. As I say. So I've got this piece here, and you can see some of the shading on there. Put it down. Be easier. So just a small amount of glue. And you could of course turn this over and have that white side showing if you wanted to. But for now, what I want to do is reposition this back down on my card. So that it fits nicely. So I'm just smoothing that down, just giving it a minute. Now you could use different colours, so you could put a different colour panel on here. So this is Rococo Rose, but if you wanted to, you could pick up the Merry Merlot and put a Merry Merlot strip on here just by cutting out another piece of card like so, and then attaching it. Okay, let's lift those off, and then I'm going to decide if I'm going to add another piece or not. I just think this one is particularly pretty. There we go. So can you see? So when it's closed, you see the pattern, but when it's open, you get that lovely edge, and you get a really decorative edge here. So the question is, am I going to add, now you could add this, look at that, that's quite effective, by alternating the peaks, like so, or I can, and this piece is slightly longer, so I'll just cut it out of a piece of card so that you could see. So I could do that as well and attach that to the back of the card. And you could even do that. So loads of different variations that you could play with these borders. So this is just one out of the pack, and so these are available in the new catalogue starting next week, and you get 6 borders altogether. So you get like a rick-rack border with stitching either side, you get this cloud border, and then a dropped scalloped border with stitching, soft oval, and then, you know, almost like the point of an envelope. Oh, hi Karen. No worries. So Kay likes the last one. So this one here, where I've lined it up on the points. It's actually quite easy because I'm just putting the points in there. What do you think? So I can leave it like that as is. I could add this so it matches. I might need to cut another piece that's a bit longer, like so. Or I could match it like that, as Kay. That's the one Kay likes the best. So this be attached to the front. So when you open up, you get that design, rather than attaching it to the back and having this offcut here, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see if I've got enough space to still add this in, which I have. And it sort of fits in that border quite nicely, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to put a sentiment on the bottom. So what do you reckon? Should we go for this piece where it's alternating? I think that's rather fun, isn't it? So I'm just going to make sure I cut it. If I do it from there, I'll stick it down and then I'll trim it at the end. Lynn says matching. Sorry, Karen. They are so good though. Really love. I only literally just used that one out of the bucket this afternoon, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice just to be able to do that? I mean, I could just leave it like that. I think that on its own is really pretty. Even like that. But I had the option to do that. Yes. Okay. Jeanette says, yes, that's good enough for me. Okay, so let me see the best way to do this. So what I want to do is position this alternate edges. So each of these points matches the one that's slightly smaller. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not even sure that this piece was straight, but just for the purpose of not wasting any more of your time, I'm just going to add some glue onto here. Okay, I know I've gone over the edge, but I can just trim that little bit off when I'm ready. And oops. Okay. So I put the glue a little bit too far up. Okay. Now, when I cut this out, it does leave the same piece on the other side. So I'm just going to trim that piece off and use that one. That was a stroke of luck. So when you come to do this, don't put your glue too close to the top. So I'm going to add a slightly bigger border this time. So, right, let's try that again. Technically, it's, so I'm just trying to work out why logistically that is different. it's because it's the reverse, isn't it? Okay. Right, let me just dispose of that. Sorry everybody, I'm just going to cut this piece again. There's a bit of dirt on there. Right, die. Piece of white card. Oops, see? Okay, here we go. Now, of course, this doesn't have to be white. As I said, you could actually have this in a matching colour from here. So I could actually pick up one of these other colours, but I'm going to do it in white. And I'm just going to cut that piece like so. So apologies, give me 1 second. Just going to run this through. Right, there we go. Right, scissors. I think it's disappeared this afternoon. Right. I've got 2 pieces to choose from. Okay, that's definitely going to work, isn't it? So, I could, that's very true, Karen. I've just put it to one side. I'll stick it on something soon. I could also put the glue on this side, of course, and that would have prevented that problem of knowing where to put it on the white side. So let us do that. You get to learn these things when you try, but the best thing to do is just experiment, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. So a little bit like that, and then I'm just going to position this 1, 2, like so. Just try again. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Thank you. Yes. Glue under the pink card. There we go. So that gets quite a pretty little effect on there, doesn't it? So I'm just going to chop these pieces off here. I'm just going to use scissors, but you could use your trimmer. And I'm using the scissors against my card so that you don't cut into it. There we go. So you get this border here, and obviously I've got a little bit showing here, which I'll just add a little bit of glue to. So that one's not particularly pretty because I just literally cut it out of a scrap, but it will do the job. Okay, right, let's move that glue out of the way. So there we go, just a different edging for you using those border dies. So I'm going to pop my flower up here so it drops into one of those little corners. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals which come with the kit. And there, thank you Kay, There are quite a lot of kits currently available. Yes, I could, absolutely. Or just a piece of white card or whatever. But yeah, DSP sounds like a good idea. Yes, so there are quite a lot of kits available. This is one of them. This one's just been released. But I have a list of all of the kits, and I'll add that to the end of this post, or perhaps it's a separate post, I'm not sure. And then you can see all, if you're in the UK that is, you can see all of the current kits that are available. Somebody requested them this afternoon. Okay, so there's that. You could put a little gem on each of those if you wanted to, and I think I'll just use this on the bottom to finish it off, and I'll stamp the sentiment from the set if I can find it. The long thin one that fits on there that says, "I'll always be here for you," and I'm going to stamp it in the mossy meadow which comes with the kit, because this is matches the leaves even. So I do have a block here. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Finish this one off, and then the next card I'm going to make into a gift box. There we go. You do have spares of these, so if you're worried about your stamping, my recommendation is stamp on the reverse to practice, okay, and then when you're happy you can stamp on the front, but you do have spares left over. So just pop this on dimensionals as well. And then in the kit you get the black sequins, but you could use any of your gems. You could use some Wink of Stella on the flowers to make them glittery and sparkly. And as Karen says, you could put some designer paper on the back of this to hide it, especially as mine was a bit Heath Robinson, because obviously this isn't straight. So let me just see if I've got some Rococo Rose to put on the back of that. She says hopefully, or something similar. Ooh, Christmas paper there. No, those are the Brights. Just looking to see if I've got, there's some ombre papers here. There we go. I could put that on the back. So this is Rococo Rose. So one of the things that Stampin' Up are extremely good at, that most of you will know, is coordination of colours. So this paper matches this card, and there's ribbon to match, and the sequins to match, and ink to match, etc, etc. So I think what I'm going to do, I could cut this edge and match it up completely. I'm tempted, I'm really tempted, but I'm just going to stick this down here. So let me just measure that, otherwise we'll be here all night. So just going to measure this here. So this could be 3.5 inches, and this measures 5.5. There we go. Let's see if that will do the job. Just to tidy up the back. Like so. Perfect. So yes, let's put some glue on there. Thank you, Karen. It was more by luck than judgment, because that's what I just happened to find in my stash. Sadly, this paper's no longer available. So just scooting this along. Like so, take the cat hair out of the way. It doesn't look very straight to me. There we go. Okay, so there is our finished card. So playing a little bit with those borders. As I say, you could keep it just the same. That was my original plan, but there you go. We like to have a change in direction, don't we? Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is make this card into a little gift pouch, gift box. It is nice, that DSP, Karen, that's for sure. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to mark the halfway point on either side. So rather similar to, if I can find it, this card here. So instead of cutting, what we're going to do is score that same point. So from this top corner to the midpoint, and we're going to do that on the front and the back. So let me, you can measure it, or you can just do it on your scoreboard, whichever you prefer. So just to show you where this would be. Okay, so this piece, the height of this card is 5.5 inches. So the halfway point would be 2.75. So all I'm going to do is stack this up on here. Oh, I need inches. And mark here. It's actually 7 centimeters as well. There we go. Going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so I've just got a little pencil mark here and here. If I lay that on my trimmer, I'll know that that's in alignment. And then I'm going to score between those two marks. So from here, just putting it in the track, turning the card until it's also in the track. I'm just using my scoring blade, not the cutting blade, just the scoring blade. Same one on here, like so. I'm sure you've all seen this before. And same here. You can do this with any rectangular card. There to there. So basically what we've done is scored from the centre line to the point on all 4 sides. And this is the stripy card. This is my last card I've got left. And then you're just going to fold those in. Obviously you can get rid of your pencil marks, and I'm just using a bone folder to get those nice and straight. My bits here are encroaching rather on my space. Let's move this out of the way. And this. Okay. Right, last two folds. 1 and 2. Like so. And then the way that this is going to go together is that you're going to fold these and wrap them around each other, and then you end up with a little gift box. Like so. It's quite sturdy. The nice thing is you can get it ready, fold it flat until you need it, and it doesn't require any glue, because what we're going to do is punch some holes in the top, and you can thread that with ribbon or with twine. So what I like to do is, I've got a hole punch here, so just open this up and then feed the hole punch in so it's fairly central, like so. And if you look at that, that then punches the hole really nicely in there. And then what you can do is the same on the other side. So you can either fold it up and do it again, or you can just do it by eye. So exactly the same. Okay, pop this in. You could measure it if you wanted to as well, so that these are the same. Oh yeah, the same distance. See, one's a bit higher than the other, but to be honest, when you put it together, it really doesn't matter, as long as you cut the 2 on each side at the same time. Okay, rather than trying to do you know, 4 separate holes. Does that make sense? Okay, so what you can do is then decorate this piece. So I am wondering whether Thinking of You would fit on there, like so. I think it will. So I'm going to fold this down and pop it on there, and then I'll put some flowers on to decorate it. So just want to pop out these middles. There we go. So I've got 4 here. And because this is quite thick card rather than paper, they come out really easily. Okay. Everybody's gone very quiet, so I hope everything is still working. So I know it's a little bit tight, but I think even if I have to trim the odd edge off, I'm not too worried. So I'm just going to peel this away. You definitely want to peel the backing rather than pull the front. Okay, but it is sturdy card, so there we go. And unattach it from your finger and lay it down. Oh, you're just watching. That's okay. There we are. So, got Thinking of You. And I could put some of the flowers on this side, or you could put some flowers on the other side. Okay, bear in mind that one of these sides is going to be tucked underneath, so don't decorate this one and those two, because some of them will be hidden. So let's grab the die cuts. It does fit perfectly. Whew. So let's see what we've got here. Assorted die cuts. So you could pop some chocolates in here. There is a small gap at the top because of the size of the card. If you had a narrower card, or even just a narrower card like that, you'd have less of a gap, but you can pull that quite tight. Okay, so let's see what we could fit on here that makes some sense. They might need to go on the other side, I don't know. That one definitely works up on there. Don't really want it sticking over, so what I'm going to do is put some of these on the other side. So I'm going to fold it flat because it's easier to put these on. Just like so. And I'm just going to put them on with the glue. So remember, this is a new glue that I just opened, so you don't need to squeeze very hard to get the glue out. You might need to as you get further down your stack of glue. There's one, two, and they did fit, didn't they? Don't move it too much. There we go. I could have moved them around, but they will do for now. Perfect. Okay. So all I'm going to do now is go and grab some twine or something, some ribbon maybe, to put this together. I could have put one each on there actually, to be honest, but never mind. So let me just grab something. There was some mossy meadow in there, wasn't there? Oh, it doesn't really go with that, does it? Now I do have some just jade ribbon somewhere on my desk. In the absence of that, sorry everyone, I have got, oh, bumblebee would work, yes, but I'm going to use this lovely thick, well, I say thick, it's nice and fine, but it looks really impressive. No, so my front is going to be this one. Okay, so I'm going to have these wrapping round to that side. And then you can just thread them through this one. And then through this one. And use my tweezers to pull that through. There we go. That's it. So this is a really cute box that you can make with children. They might need some help scoring, but in fact you could get them to mark the halfway point and then just fold the card over rather than mark it and score it. There we go. Let's trim this off and tidy it up. And there we have it. Now I'm sure there's a name for this type of gift box. Triangle gift box, I don't know. Triangle card box. It's not, it's been around for ages. It's not anything new that I've designed. I think I learnt it from Michelle last originally. Okay, so there we go. A finished cute little box to go with our series of cards. So where was the card we made this evening? It's this one here. So those two would go together really nicely, or you could mix and match that box with this one here. So we've got the thinking of you box there and the matching set of cards. As I say, you could grab some chocolates to put inside or some little sweets, anything you fancy. And I've still got bits left over even now. So I hope you've enjoyed my crafting sessions this week. So all of the things I've done have been based on, oh brilliant, oh Christmas trees and the Grinch, oh and Santa, oh that's fabulous. Well done, Karen, well done. So all of these main projects have come from our paper pumpkin kit called Bouquet of Hope. This is how it comes to you, all in the box. Bouquet of Hope it's called, £20, and it is available to order at the moment. I haven't got any personally in stock, but I will try and order some in to keep some in stock. But if you are interested, then don't delay in requesting to order one before they go out and no longer available. I will add the link to all of the kits that are currently available in the UK at the end of this post. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed my crafting sessions this week. Look out for my catalogue launch next Tuesday evening, which will be at 7 PM, so this same time, when I'll be going through the new catalogue in detail, picking out my favourites. Oh, thank you, Kay. And showing you some examples and doing some crafting. I'll be back on Monday morning as usual at 10 o'clock, and you can find my Facebook times on my Gemini Crafts Facebook page. They are the same week in, week out. So thank you so much, ladies, gents. Appreciate your time. Enjoy your evening if you're in the UK. It's a bit early for Australia, but enjoy your morning if you are on Friday morning. And if you're in America or Canada, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, everybody. Please do take care. Look after yourselves. Look after your loved ones and keep crafting. Thank you. Bye for now.